What are tea leaves? Well, they are the leaves of a special plant. This plant is called Camellia sinensis. All true teas actually come from this one plant. That includes black tea, green tea, oolong tea, and white tea. The leaves are small and green when they're still on the bush. They might look simple, but honestly, they hold a world of flavor and history inside them. For thousands of years, people have picked these leaves, dried them, and put them in hot water. This simple process creates one of the world's most popular drinks. The story of tea is really the story of this humble leaf and its amazing journey. The special quality of tea leaves comes from the chemicals inside them. These natural chemicals give tea its unique taste and smell. They also affect our bodies in gentle ways. One important chemical is caffeine, which gives us a feeling of alertness and energy. Another is L-theanine, which helps us feel calm and relaxed. This combination is very special. It's why drinking tea can make you feel awake, but also peaceful at the same time. This is different from the energy you get from coffee. The feeling from tea is often smoother and lasts longer. These qualities have made tea a beloved drink for centuries. When we talk about tea, we're talking about a huge variety of experiences. The taste of tea can change a lot. It depends on where the tea plant grew. The soil, the climate, and the altitude all make a difference. This is called terroir, just like with wine. A tea from the high mountains of Darjeeling in India will taste very different from a tea grown in the misty hills of Fujian in China. The way the leaves are processed also creates different types of tea. That's why there are so many kinds of tea to explore. Every cup offers a new adventure for the senses. So, tea leaves are more than just dried plant matter. They're a connection to nature and to history. They carry the story of the land where they grew. They also carry the traditions of the people who cultivated and prepared them. When you hold a warm cup of tea, you're holding a piece of this long and fascinating story. The journey from a small green leaf on a bush to the fragrant liquid in your cup is a remarkable one. It's a journey that has shaped cultures, economies, and daily rituals for people all over the world. This simple leaf continues to bring people together every day. The story of tea begins in ancient China. A famous legend tells us about its discovery. The hero of this story is Emperor Shennong. He was a wise ruler and a skilled scientist. The legend says he lived about 5,000 years ago. Emperor Shennong was very concerned about the health of his people. He believed that drinking boiled water was safer and would prevent sickness. Because of this, he ordered everyone in his kingdom to boil their water before drinking it. He always followed his own rule, setting a good example for his subjects. This simple health-conscious habit led to an amazing discovery. One day the emperor was traveling through a distant part of his land. He and his servants stopped to rest under a tree. As was his custom, his servants began to boil some water for him to drink. While the water was heating over the fire, a gentle breeze rustled the leaves of the tree above. A few leaves from the branches drifted down. They floated gently and landed right in the pot of boiling water. The tree was a wild tea plant, a Camellia sinensis. No one noticed the leaves at first. They continued to boil in the water, slowly releasing their color and aroma. When a servant brought the water to the emperor, he noticed something different. The water was no longer clear. It had turned a beautiful brownish color. A delightful and refreshing scent was also rising from the cup. Emperor Shennong was a curious man. He was not afraid to try new things, especially things from nature. He decided to taste the infused water. He took a small sip. He was immediately impressed by the wonderful flavor. It was unlike anything he had ever tasted before. It was both refreshing and interesting. After drinking the entire cup, the emperor felt a wonderful effect. He felt refreshed, energized, and clear-headed. He felt that the liquid had not only a pleasant taste, but also medicinal properties. He named the new drink cha, the Chinese character which means to check or investigate. According to the legend, this was the very first cup of tea. From this accidental discovery, the practice of drinking tea began. Emperor Shennong is now celebrated as the father of tea. This story, whether it is true or a myth, beautifully captures the beginning of the world's love for this amazing leaf. After its discovery in China, tea did not stay a secret for long. At first, it was used as a medicine. It was a rare and expensive drink enjoyed by royalty and monks. During the Tang dynasty, from the 7th to the 10th century, tea drinking became a popular art form in China. It was no longer just for medicine, it became a part of social life and culture for scholars and the upper class. It was during this time that tea began its journey to other parts of Asia. Chinese monks who traveled to Japan and Korea to share Buddhism also shared their love for tea. They brought tea seeds and the knowledge of how to grow and prepare the leaves. In Japan, tea became deeply connected with Zen Buddhism. Monks drank tea to stay awake and focused during long hours of meditation. This led to the creation of the famous Japanese tea ceremony, known as chanoyu. This is a very precise and beautiful ritual for preparing and serving powdered green tea, called matcha. The ceremony emphasizes harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. In Korea, tea also became an important part of ceremonies and daily life. The spread of tea through these countries created unique tea cultures. Each country adapted tea to its own customs and tastes, creating new traditions that continue today. Tea's journey to the rest of the world took much longer. It was not until the 16th century that European traders and missionaries first encountered tea in China. Portuguese merchants were among the first to bring tea leaves back to Europe. At first, it was a very expensive and exotic luxury. Only the very wealthy could afford it. In the 17th century, the Dutch East India Company began importing tea in larger quantities. This made it more available, and it quickly became popular in Holland and France. Tea houses started to open in European cities, where people could meet, talk, and enjoy this new fashionable drink. The arrival of tea in Britain in the mid-17th century changed everything. It was introduced to the royal court by the Portuguese princess, Catherine of Braganza, when she married King Charles II. Her love for tea made it a fashionable drink among the English aristocracy. Soon, the British were drinking more tea than anyone else in Europe. The British East India Company took control of the tea trade, which became very important for the economy. They established tea plantations in India and Sri Lanka, then called Ceylon, to break China's monopoly. This expansion turned tea from a luxury item into an everyday drink for all classes of people across the British Empire and beyond. All the tea in the world comes from one remarkable evergreen plant. Its scientific name is Camellia sinensis. This plant is a species of small tree or shrub whose leaves and leaf buds are used to produce tea. If left to grow wild, it can become a tall tree. However, on tea plantations, it is usually trimmed to waist height. This makes it easier for workers to pluck the tender new leaves. The plant has dark green, shiny leaves and small, white, fragrant flowers. It is a hardy plant that can live for a very long time. Some of the oldest tea trees in the world are over 1,000 years old. There are two main varieties of the tea plant that are grown commercially. The first is Camellia sinensis var. Sinensis. This is the Chinese variety. It is a smaller plant with smaller leaves. It thrives in cooler, steeper mountain regions. It is more tolerant of cold weather than its cousin. This variety is typically used to make green and white teas. It has a more delicate and complex flavor profile. The famous teas from China and Japan are almost all made from this variety. It is the original tea plant that Emperor Shennong supposedly discovered so long ago. Its history is deeply rooted in ancient Chinese agriculture. The second major variety is Camellia sinensis var. Assamica. This is the Assam variety, discovered in the Assam region of India in the 19th century. This plant is much larger than the Chinese variety. It has big leaves and grows best in hot, rainy, and humid climates. It produces a tea that is strong, bold, and malty in flavor. This variety is perfect for making strong black teas. The discovery of this plant was very important for the British. It allowed them to grow tea in their own colony of India. This broke the Chinese control over the world's tea supply and made tea much more affordable for everyone. Where the tea plant is grown has a huge impact on the final taste in the cup. Tea plants need specific conditions to produce the best leaves. They prefer acidic soil and a good amount of rainfall, at least 50 inches a year. Most of the world's tea is grown in a region called the Tea Belt. This is a band of countries across Asia and Africa. The top tea-producing countries today are China, India, Kenya, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam. Each region is known for its special teas. For example, India is famous for its strong Assam and fragrant Darjeeling teas. Sri Lanka is known for its bright Ceylon teas. The unique environment of each place creates a unique tea. The amazing variety of teas we enjoy does not come from different plants. It comes from how the leaves of the Camellia sinensis plant are processed after they are picked. The key to creating different types of tea is a natural process called oxidation. This is a chemical reaction that happens when the enzymes inside the tea leaves are exposed to oxygen in the air. It is the same process that makes a cut apple turn brown. By controlling the amount of oxidation, tea makers can create thousands of different teas, each with its own color, flavor, and aroma. This skillful control is a true art form. To make green tea, the leaves are processed to prevent oxidation completely. As soon as the leaves are plucked, they are heated. This is done either by steaming them, which is common in Japan, or by pan-firing them in a large wok, which is the traditional Chinese method. This heating process deactivates the enzymes that cause oxidation. The leaves are then rolled into various shapes and dried. Because they are not oxidized, the leaves stay green. The resulting tea has a light, grassy, and fresh flavor. White tea is even less processed. Only the youngest buds are picked and simply withered and dried in the sun, allowing for very minimal natural oxidation. On the other end of the spectrum is black tea. To create black tea, the leaves are encouraged to oxidize fully. After picking, the leaves are withered to reduce their water content. Then, they are rolled or crushed. This step is important because it breaks the cell walls of the leaves. This exposes the enzymes inside to oxygen and starts the oxidation process. The leaves are then spread out in a cool, humid room for several hours to turn dark brown. Finally, they are dried with hot air to stop the oxidation. This full oxidation gives black tea its dark color and its deep, malty, and robust flavor. Oolong tea sits somewhere between green and black tea. It is partially oxidized. The tea maker has to be very skilled to make oolong tea. They must control the oxidation process very carefully and stop it at just the right moment. The level of oxidation can range from about 10% to 80%. This wide range is why oolong teas have the most diverse flavors. Some oolongs are light and floral like a green tea, while others are dark and roasted like a black tea. The leaves are repeatedly shaken or bruised to encourage oxidation and then heated to stop it. This careful, repeated process is what makes oolong teas so complex and special. Today, tea leaves are used for much more than just making a simple drink. Their most important use is, of course, for brewing the beverage that is loved by billions. After water, tea is the most consumed drink in the world. People drink it hot or cold, with milk, sugar, lemon, or plain. Beyond the cup, tea leaves have found other uses. In some cuisines, they are used as a food ingredient. For example, in Myanmar, fermented tea leaves are the main ingredient in a popular salad called lapet thoki. Used tea leaves can also be composted to enrich garden soil, or even used in home remedies and beauty products for their antioxidant properties. The importance of tea extends far beyond its uses. It is a cornerstone of culture and social life in many countries. Think of the British tradition of afternoon tea, with its scones, sandwiches, and delicate cakes. It is a cherished social ritual. In China and Japan, the art of the tea ceremony is a practice of mindfulness and respect. In Morocco, preparing and serving mint tea is a symbol of hospitality and friendship. Across the world, the act of offering someone a cup of tea is a universal gesture of welcome and kindness. It is a reason to pause, to connect with others, and to share a quiet moment in a busy day. The tea industry is also a massive part of the global economy. It provides jobs for millions of people around the world. This includes farmers who grow the tea, workers who pluck the leaves by hand, and people who work in factories processing the tea. It also includes traders, exporters, and the staff in countless tea shops and cafes. For major tea-producing countries like Kenya, Sri Lanka, and India, tea is a vital export. It brings in a huge amount of money and is essential for their economic stability. The global demand for tea supports entire communities and drives development in many rural areas. In conclusion, the journey of the tea leaf is a story of discovery, travel, and transformation. From a legendary beginning in ancient China, this humble leaf has conquered the world. It has shaped economies, inspired art and poetry, and become a central part of daily life for billions. Tea leaves give us a drink that can energize our minds and calm our spirits. They connect us to nature, to history, and to each other. In our fast-paced modern world, the simple ritual of brewing and drinking tea remains a timeless source of comfort and connection. The importance of this remarkable plant in our lives is as strong today as it has ever been.